What's amazing is because it's so hot outside, it's actually making this phone shut off. It's overheating the phone. I don't know what's going to happen now. I tried to connect this to hopefully make the audio a little easier to hear. I don't know if it makes a difference. I said content updates, so this is 13U Cube. Sadly, some of you know my name and have recognized how to find it. And I'm here at a local park. This is where I record a lot of the footage that I use in Grok. It's also where I try to get at least 11,000 steps. Hasn't been easy, especially with the heat and vacation. But in terms of vacation, initially I thought I had a pretty big case. Just, a couple days where I was going to be away. What's the old abbreviation for away from keyboard, AFK? So it always affects my streams. Now the one stream I did at the airport the one day, I turned on a silly video game that this thing allows you to do. Let me see if I can do that real quick right now. What is that? Now that's makeup. I don't want makeup. I don't need no makeup. I ain't no fruitcake. I gotta see where that is. Green screen, no. Create highlight, lighting. Shit, did they remove it? Not effects picker, not sticker. Damn, they had video games on here. Like little silly video games where I could stack sandwiches. Oh, hell, I don't know. Stickers, effects picker. I guess they got rid of it. Well, that's all right, I guess. Retouch, I don't know what that means. Retouch on, what the fuck does that mean? There used to be a little silly series of games that I could play. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever you are. And, so anyway, the content update. I think YouTube made a change here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. I see comments. Hello there. Jocelyn Silva and Aaron's? Aran's? Oh, shit. Okay, some kids coming to... Anyway, content updates. So I'm at the park where I record the images for Grok so that I can fly up out of the park and go into the sky. I'm working on a video that uses this content with Grok to show the power of prayer. That's behind the scenes. But I also want to make sure that at least at some point, several times a week, I'm doing evening prayer or midday prayer or some kind of prayer, because it's important when you're surrounded by filth and deception and I don't know, God knows what kind of content I've put out there, because I know I've contributed to distraction, and my language is pathetic for a Catholic. But I'm saints are not the regular superheroes that most narcissistic people create. Saints are sinners that just keep getting back up. And that was sort of the entire point of me using Grok to start making some of these videos, because the problem with all superheroes, DC or Marvel alike, it's almost like it lauds the individual. And I wanted to make sure that we know that power has been given to you, and it was given to you by a lawgiver. A new creation, and I have been made new through forgiveness, through reconciliation, see, it's funny because I have some Protestant friends of mine that sort of knock the idea of confession, even though the Bible itself, which they like to lean on and forget where it came from, but the Bible itself actually explains the difference between saying I'm sorry and atoning for the sins. If you atone for anything, I've said this in other videos, and you've probably heard this before, but let's say I break your window. If I say I'm sorry, that does not restore your window. I have an obligation, if I'm truly sorry, to repair the broken window. So, my channel, if I'm going to make it look like a superhero, because I guess my brother told me when I went up and visited him that there's another superhero movie where they're like not good people. I forget what he told me it was called. Showed me like one clip. But I want to make sure that anybody that hears the word saint, that might actually believe, oh, there are saints that have existed. Like one of the most recent examples is Carlo Acutis. If you guys have no idea who he is, he helped to keep Jesus in the internet. He did it through Xbox. And a saint is no different than you and me, except everything's different. It's just a sinner that keeps getting back up. And that's what I want to do. Every time I curse at some idiot driving and try not to give him a middle finger and just a thumbs down instead, and put their license plate on my YouTube channel, I'm still trying to say, you endangered your life. You endangered my life. And if you have no idea what this means in your face, just know that I could just as easily scream and curse and flip you off. But this conscious atonement of mine is to just make you pause for a second, be like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? But also so that you know that in a crazy way, through my anger, I'm still praying for you. I'm praying for you to say something simply, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I was distracted. I was being selfish. I looked away. I didn't notice you there. Like when somebody comes at you with their brights on and they forget to turn them off. Part of atonement is nothing more complicated than saying, you know what, that was pretty selfish of me. But I also could have caused an accident with both of us because I blinded this other individual. The older we get, the harder it is for us to see at night. But there's always room for atonement. So if you're a Protestant person and you lean on the Bible, the Old Testament is not just some dissolved thing that Jesus fixed everything and said, forget it, don't even read it. He did not have to atone for God's wrath. He had to atone for the stain that sin provides in our loving relationship. If you cheat on your spouse, if you lie with another person, if you scream and holler while somebody's recording, you have to atone for this. You don't just say, you know what, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like the consequence of lying with another person is pregnancy. And you don't atone for pregnancy by killing a child. You don't atone for, am I supposed to say grape or all these silly nonsense things that I have to say on the internet? You don't atone for capital crimes by just saying, you know what, let's put him in jail. There's a consequence to everything you do. And the update for this channel is that as long as people are still subscribed, and as long as the central irony that I say, do not watch, stop watching, go out and see the clouds, listen to the birds, walk in the ridiculous heat. Oh, Brazilian. Well, thank you. Send one to Moses. Okay, well, everybody left now, but that's okay. Because this update is still for me. And as I have to walk all the way back through those woods to get to my car, I just wanted to say I will continue to make content as my journal and as my easel. And should you choose to stay and listen and watch, I'm going to trim my beard and my mustache. And I'm going to try to get some of my fluff out of the way of myself. It's 96 degrees out here right now. 96 degrees. And my phone was overheating before. So at 11, almost 12 minutes into this, I just wanted to say, I want to know why you're here. Why you ignore the central tenet of 13U Cube, which is don't watch. Go live your life. But if you continue, know that I'm praying for you, that I'm praying with you. I'm making silly rant videos, vlogs. I've met some friends over the pond. I just met a guy from Brazil. He didn't stay, but Brazil's fantastic to me because we have, when I was with the Redemptorists, we have Redemptorists down there that were teaching me some of the Hail Mary prayers in Portuguese. But I'm not the superhero, and you're not the superhero. We're sinners, and we have not just been forgiven. When the sins were atoned for, we have been redeemed, and we are new creatures. We are a new creation. And what is a new creation if not someone who can fly, someone who can run fast? But remember, that power didn't come from a nuclear explosion or some kind of radioactive whatever, or a spider bite. It came from a person. And it came from a loving relationship. And if you've been given any powers, and some of you have crazy superpowers, but if you've been given any powers, they were given to you by the one who writes the law, the artist. You never get to see a beautiful sky without reflecting on the fact that it came from somewhere and someone. So many of my angry atheist friends that are my friends but are still very angry forget that their intellect, at least biologically, came from a prior intellect, but yet it can't be pointed to directly. You cannot point to your mind, but you know it's there. Jesus talked to Nicodemus. Please watch the end of The Chosen first season. Go back and watch the first season, because Nicodemus, because of his role, did not go with Jesus. That's not a spoiler, it's just the Bible. But when Jesus was laying truth into Nicodemus's heart, what he said was, we all know that the wind blows, but yet do we really know where it comes from? And in your heart, you know exactly where the wind comes from. In your scientific mind that has been created by an ultimate, loving, infinite mind that you can point to personally. In here, you have that new creation inside of you. It's written on the tablet of your heart. So as I continue to edit this video, I thank you for making it to this point. I used to say, like an old stream that I watched, if you made it this far, you have homework. And your homework is to go into the comments section and write the word, not the number, the word 13. THIRTEEN. Write the word 13 in the comments, and I'll know you made it to 15 minutes and 30 seconds. God bless you. Happy Thursday, 21st of May, 2026. In the name of the Father, and the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.